Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled, Cannabis Stocks End Year on High Note. It looks at why shares of U.S.-listed cannabis companies surged late in the year, following signals of a possible regulatory shift. Rather than focusing on legalization itself, the article explores how expectations, policy signals, and market psychology can move entire industries. Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. We'll watch a short clip related to today's topic. As you watch, think about what ideas or questions it brings to mind. Now that we've seen the clip, let's take a step back. Before we dig into the details, it helps to explore a broader idea behind the story. This will guide how we understand what follows. This article shows how a single policy signal can reshape investor behavior. Even without an immediate legal change, the suggestion that cannabis could be reclassified altered how the industry was perceived. In markets, anticipation can be just as powerful as action. With that idea in mind, let's turn to a question. Why do financial markets often respond so strongly to expectations rather than confirmed outcomes? The article suggests that markets price in the future before it arrives. Reports that cannabis might be reclassified from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 immediately changed assumptions about taxation, banking access, and long-term growth. For investors, this shift reduced perceived risk, even though legal uncertainty remains. As a result, stock prices moved quickly to reflect a more optimistic scenario. In this way, markets often trade on belief as much as on facts. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over 3 important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with surge. It means to increase or rise dramatically in a short period of time. In the article, cannabis stocks surged after reports of a possible regulatory shift. Here is an example. Energy prices surged following the supply disruption. Next, we have shun. It means to deliberately avoid or exclude something. In the article, banks and large investors had long shunned cannabis companies due to legal concerns. Here is an example. Many institutions shun industries with high regulatory risk. Finally, let's look at capital markets. It refers to systems where companies raise money through stocks and bonds. In the article, improved access to capital markets could support growth in the cannabis industry. Here's an example. Access to capital markets allowed the startup to expand internationally. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Shares of U.S.-listed cannabis companies jumped after reports suggested the president may move to loosen federal restrictions on marijuana. The proposed change would reclassify cannabis to a lower-risk drug category, acknowledging medical uses and reducing regulatory burdens. For cannabis businesses, this could mean lower taxes and easier access to banking and financing. Although approval and implementation would take time, the strong market reaction shows how sensitive the industry is to even early policy signals. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is cannabis. It refers to a plant used for medical or recreational purposes, often regulated by law. The second answer is loosen. It means to make rules, restrictions, or controls less strict. The third answer is reclassify. It means to change how something is officially categorized. The fourth answer is regulatory. It refers to rules or laws created by authorities to control an activity or industry. The fifth answer is implementation. It means the process of putting a plan, rule, or decision into action. Well done, everyone. Today, we explored how expectations and policy signals can shape market behavior. Even without immediate legal changes, markets often respond quickly to what they believe may happen next. As you reflect on the article, consider this question. Why do you think markets react so strongly to policy signals, even when no concrete action has been taken yet? We'll continue this discussion in our review session.